What's up? Welcome to this video. In this video, we'll talk about the best times to trade and how we can see manipulation during certain times of the day and how we can use it to our advantage. Also, this video is for a better understanding of the market. Of course, as always, you will need your overall analysis with market structure, supply and demand zones, liquidity, and so on in order to actually trade and apply these concepts. Now, the times of the day that I will talk about in this video will be made more about the London and New York session, but keep in mind that you can trade at any time of the day. Of course, there are many students from all over the world, and you can trade also during Asian session. If you do trade during Asian session, just move to different pairs. Maybe move to Euro JPY, CAD JPY, AUD JPY, okay, even GP JPY is good. Let's see, also it could be NZD JPY, very good also. So make sure if you're trading during the Asian session, you move to those pairs that maybe are moving more. Now, these concepts that I will talk about today for the London and the New York session will be applied more to the major pairs. So Euro USD, AUD USD, JP USD, we can say also JP AUD, JP CHF, Euro CAD 2 is fine, JP CAD, Euro AUD, yes, all of this. USD CAD 2 if we want, NZD USD, okay. But for the remaining, you either backtest for the remaining or this concept just apply less to the other pairs. Now, also these concepts will be applied with the Asian range, but we will do a separate video with that. Just keep in mind that before the London session, we have Asian, so there is the Asian range on these pairs. Now, what we want to see is that usually, of course, not 100% of the times, because if it was 100% of the times, everyone will make money, but we have a high chance of this happening. This usually happens. So during the London session, we usually have a manipulation of the Asian range. In this case, it is to the upside. We can also have the opposite example with the manipulation to the downside and then rally, okay? So manipulation during London after the Asian range. Let me put just a different manipulation during London after manipulation, which is of course in the opposite direction of where the market wants to go. So manipulation to then drop to fake out all the players of the market, all the retail traders, all the people that are involved into one direction, all the people that are trading breakouts of ranges, all the people that are in a sell and have stop loss above the range. So manipulation, drop. And then during New York session, I put these boxes because this marks the London session and the second one marks the New York session. We can have a pullback, so New York pullback, possibly, as always, keep in mind, do it at a premium in this case and discount vice versa to then continue with the direction that we took during London after the manipulation, or vice versa, Asian range, London manipulation, we take a direction, and of course you can get trades during this move to the downside. Same here, you can get trades during this move to the downside. You can get smaller trades on the pullback, even if I don't recommend that at all. And you can get involved once more after the pullback to continue to the downside. Now, here, London manipulation, you can get involved into these trades to the downside. And then here, second box, New York reversal. Okay, so these are the two options. Of course, this is one scenario, and we have the opposite scenario, which is basically the same. So for buys with the London manipulation and take off direction, New York pullback to continue, and vice versa, just the opposite side for this. Now, how can you see this? We can mark our zones by using this indicator ICT kill zone. Then you go here. If you want to copy, this is what I have. Of course, I took off some things. There we go. Okay. So what we care about is not the whole London session, not the whole New York session, but especially these hours, because during these hours, we usually see what we are interested in, which is the manipulation and is a possible take of direction. So, for example, not for example, but these hours go, and this is, let's see what, okay, London time. You can put yours, but refer to London time if you want to understand this video. It goes, London kill zone goes from 6 a.m., so 6 in the morning, to 9, actually almost 10. I usually do until 9, but just my preference, almost 10 a.m. So from 6 to 10 is your London kill zone. Then you have this space in between the London and New York kill zone. I don't really want to trade during these hours. I usually just get ready and do my analysis during these hours, which is actually just 1 hour, should be from 10 to 12, actually 2 hours. So I usually get ready during 1 hour before New York. So I connect at about 11. I start looking at the market. I see how we move during London. If I didn't trade London, because if you trade London, I already know what's going on. I already did my analysis. If I didn't trade during London, I connect 1 hour before my New York kill zone. I start looking at the market. I start analyzing. I start seeing what's going on. And then New York starts at 12 and finishes at 3 almost. Okay. And this is the second window where we are interested. Now, as we were saying, what do we see during these hours? We see the London manipulation here to the upside before taking a direction. So strong move to the upside before taking the direction. And then during New York, we just have some small pullbacks. So this pullback to supply, another small pullback, couldn't really get involved here. And by the time we are down here, it's already done. The New York kill zone is already over. Now there is also this little window. And what is this? This window is for the London close, okay? Why do we care about the London close? Because there is a chance, again, there is a chance that during the London close, we will have a pullback compared to the direction that we had during the day. And as you can see, during the day, we had a bearish direction, and during the London close, we have a slight pullback, should be between 15 and 20 pips usually, but of course it's not a rule. And yes, it is 16 pips. Okay, so you can get involved in all of these. Of course, the best one that we usually care about is going with the direction. So for example, break structure to the downside, okay, retracement to supply, we have London manipulation, and then we take a direction, and we are interested in getting involved here. Now you keep the London close just for a better understanding of the market, and it's not like that when this starts and you see that we were bearish the whole day, you just enter buys. That doesn't work. This is not something that, you know, it's not a rule, it's not something that happens every day. It's not like that. You need extra confirmation to actually do this. But I personally almost never trade the London close. I just prefer London and New York kill zones with the manipulation and possibly the pullback during New York, like right here, right at New York start, we have pullback, or the reversal during New York. Let's see other days. So this was just a consolidation day. Here during London, we had some manipulation. So the direction is to the upside. We had some manipulation to the downside to continue. And then during New York, in this case, we have New York manipulation to the upside, strong move to then reverse and continue to the downside. So in this case, let's see at our overall analysis, just to give you a better understanding. Where is the direction? The direction is to the downside, break structure to the downside, the market is bearish. Are we interested in getting involved during the London manipulation to continue to the upside? I mean, you can trade the market, go for buys, for sells. You can trade the market with, you know, against the trend, with the trend, as long as you have an understanding of it. And of course, also you will have confirmation to actually go for buys with the long during London right here, because we were at discount, and usually when we are at discount we target premium. Okay, so you could have entered buys to target premium, but again, this is not the best option. Which is the best option? The direction is to the downside, break a structure to the downside, retracement. During London we are down here, New York makes the high, okay, and we are at premium. Okay, so and then we continue to the downside. So overall analysis together with this understanding of the market. Now right here, another day, we have perfect example of what we were talking about earlier. But this is the Asian range, London manipulation. I'll just show you the Asian range, but I will do that on another video. Asian range, okay. London manipulation of the Asian range, straight to the downside, straight move to the downside. New York pullback to then continue. Okay, so two possibilities here. What about here? Previous day, London manipulation. We just started ranging. What happens here? We don't really have confirmation for anything. We don't really break the previous demand, so it's not really confirmation for anything. But anyway, during New York, we have the pullback to the previous supply. During New York, we have another manipulation. So usually during these hours, we see the manipulation basically. During London and New York kill zones, we see manipulation usually, and to continue to the downside. Okay. What's happening here? London manipulation to take the direction, New York pullback to continue with the direction. Keep in mind that there are also cases where we have, as I showed in the beginning, where we have London manipulation for then having a New York just change of direction. It's not always a London manipulation, take off direction, and then with a New York pullback to continue. It's not always like that. New York can just reverse and continue in its own direction. Here, for example, we don't really have anything really interesting. Yes, we have this New York spike as always, against just a spike against the direction that the market wants to take, and we take out the previous high. So New York starts, we take out the previous high, New York manipulation, and then we continue, but it's not really an opportunity that I will look into. Same for here. Yes, we had a New York takeoff direction, but again, not really manipulation. But anyway, this, with another understanding of the market and with knowing that during these hours you can have the most opportunities, and because you have manipulation, you have high volatility, usually the market takes a direction, this can really help you increase your accuracy and know during which times of the day you want to trade. Let's go back on EURUSD. Let's go way back just to see some examples. Okay, so perfect. Overall direction to the downside, we reach supply, right? What happens during London? During London, we have moved to the upside, and then we take a direction. We take a direction and break structure to the downside again. So what do we expect during New York? In this case, we understand that during New York, we're not expecting to change direction because the direction is still to the downside, confirmed by this move and break a structure. Okay, so we expect a New York pullback. How do we trade the New York pullback? As always, premium and discount. We know that we don't care on getting involved down here. Here we have the order block, and we continue to the downside. You might argue, yes, we have this order block, but we have higher ones, and that's why you need lower time frames confirmation on possibly the 1 minute in this case, since it is a 15 minutes area. Or you enter here and you just put stop loss above the high. That's the other option if you don't want to go to the 1 minute. just enter here and have your stop loss above the high, okay, which is 14 pips stop loss, not bad. You can book your 1 to 3, 1 to 4, even more, 1 to 5, but let's stay conservative. Or you go to the 1 minute, sorry if I repeat myself, or you go to the 1 minute and you actually look for confirmation, but we will talk about that in the confirmation video, in the entry types video. So what do we have here? London, little manipulation, not really a lot, but London moved to the upside before taking a direction. We take a direction and break previous low and break previous demand, okay? So what do we expect? We expect a New York pullback, which happens as always. We have premium discount, we come back to premium, supply, and we continue, okay? Of course, it looks easy now, it's not this easy, but this just gives you a better understanding of the market. Here we're just ranging, we do have a London manipulation to the upside to then take a direction to the downside, a New York pullback to actually retest this order block and then continue pushing to the downside. But then that's it. Maybe there were news. This looks like a liquidity spike with news, but anyway, you see that this holds. Is not the best scenario because of course we're not trending and we are ranging, but still. What do we have here? London manipulation to the upside. When I say manipulation, I just mean that we are creating a move in the opposite direction before actually taking the direction that the market wants to take, okay? So what do we see in all these examples is, for example, a move to the upside before actually taking its real direction, which is to the downside. And then if we have confirmation that we are breaking structure, we're breaking previous demand areas, that we expect a New York pullback instead of a New York reversal, okay? And for example, here we pull back during New York open right here, perfect, and we continue, and then actually by this time we go break even, we don't break the previous low, and maybe we get taken out at break even, or if we don't move break even, then we just go to profit. I'm showing you all sales examples because this is what the market is giving, what the examples are giving me. Let's see if we have some examples for buys. Yes, so the market here is still bullish. Examples for buys, all right? During London, we have strong move to the downside, manipulating the previous low and reaching demand, okay? So London manipulation in the opposite direction. This is what we want to see. Opposite direction, strong move, and then we take direction. You don't need to necessarily trade this if you're not sure, but you see break structure, retracement to demand, sorry, either take the whole area, or even if you take the refined area, we still reach it. Continuation to the upside. What happens during New York, since we broke all the structure? New York retracement to then continue. New York retracement, let's see, yes, retracement to a discounted area. Here we have demand and we continue, okay? And then during London close, small retracement, but that's not really what we're interested in. We're interested in London open and New York, London kill zone, sorry, and New York kill zone. In order to trade the London manipulation, and then we take a direction. We don't really need to trade the manipulation. We can trade along the market after the manipulation happens and after we have confirmation. And then we want to trade New York if we have confirmation of, you know, what happened during London. If we have confirmation that we will continue that way. If we have confirmation that we are reversing, then we can trade the New York reversal, okay? For example, here, London manipulation to the upside, so strong move to the upside before taking a direction. The move to the upside has already taken out the previous highs, okay? So London manipulation of the equal highs, these are equal, okay? London manipulation, we take a direction, and then we have New York reversal down here. at the end, yeah, almost half of New York, we start reversing and we have the reversal. All right. In this video, I'm just showing you the kill zones and how they work and how we really do have manipulation and how we can trade these at these times. But of course, I'm not showing you the whole thought process, which will be put all together at the end with, you know, supply and demand, market structure, lower time frames confirmation, liquidity, Asian range, and so on. But for example, let me just finish talking about this. Here we manipulate the equal highs. We are in a downtrend. We reach supply, and this could just be another beautiful trade. Okay. Anyway, I hope you like this video. As I said already, go through this video again and watch what and listen more to what I'm talking about. Listen more to what pairs you can apply this to. Look at the examples, look at how we behave during London, look at how we behave during New York, and also if you want how we behave during London close. Then go in your chart, put the indicator. As you know, I always say that I don't use indicators because we don't use indicators to trade. This just tells me the times of the day, basically. If I don't want to use this, I can do it without it. I just go on my chart and look at what time it is, basically. But this just helps you, it's just faster, you know. Anyway, go on your chart, put these, put my same settings. This is what you're interested in, and then backtest it. Go on the pairs that you like the most, see how they behave during these hours. For example, you like a lot GPAUD, go on GPAUD and check how we behave during London, how we behave during New York, and so on. If you want to trade during Asian session, then go to the JPY pairs, don't use these indicators, and just look at how the market is behaving during Asian session. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one.